I need more of my favorite video games. Let's see. A. How do you
Hey, don't just take anybody's video game opinion. You don't know where they've been. Try this.
Wow!
Hi, I'm Adam Sessler, professional video game journalist and executive producer of Rev3 Games. Myself, along with gaming laureate Tara Long, opinion impresario Max Scoville, and the speckled ingenue Anthony Carboni bring you the best video game videos the internet has to offer. Shows like Casual Friday, Sessler Something, Spoiled Games, and Address the Sess, along with our famous reviews, interviews, and industry coverage, offer a well-rounded, thoughtful, and trustworthy take on the most exciting entertainment medium available. It's all right here at Rev3 Games. So, subscribe now.
Mr. Sessler, in your videos, you're talking in...
Sentences. We talk in sentences.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. I don't get it.
What's up, guys? Hello and welcome to the Rev3 Games panel of adventure and wonder. We have a ton of exciting things planned for you guys tonight, including me talking for more than 45 minutes about how much I love clipboards and sports. So get ready. But first, I want you guys to all look under your seats. If there's nothing there,
you look ridiculous.
Then you are one of our favorite fans. Thanks for coming. All right, let's get on with it.
Why would anything be under there? Who found my gum?
It's our first PAX panel, guys. There's going to be something under there next year. All right. All right, guys. Please put your hands together for the man, the myth, the sellout who left us tired and crying on the street, Anthony Carboni.
I don't know how I feel about that intro.
Raccoon aficionado, Max Scoville. Actual human female, Tara Long. And you guys all know who this is. He's only old and only slightly medicated, Adam Sessler. All right, now before we get started, we have a small fashion segment that we would like to present to you guys. Tara, tell us what you're wearing today.
Thank you, Zach. I am wearing a shirt that I made. That is a nod to my home state of Texas. And it says, there we go, video games, y'all.
Striking. Anthony, what do you have on?
I'm wearing a confusing shirt that Adam made me wear.
It brings out your eyes.
Why am I wearing this? This is a you thing. Why aren't you wearing this?
Because I'm wearing something I'm very proud of. I've been waiting all my life to be able to show this to someone that wasn't my mom.
It's his pacemaker.
All right. Give me a second. If y'all want to hum a song for this. Yes, it's the official Adam Sessler t-shirt. They always said when your face is on a t-shirt, you've almost made it somewhere in life.
I'm so sick of this. I've been here for like a year longer than you. It's bullshit, Adam. I'm tired of it. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna make a profit. So here, check this one out.
What does that say? What does that say?
It's the official bootleg Adam Sessler t-shirt.
So guys, we have some of these up here. We'll be doing some things throughout the course of this panel, and you may get to go home with a very rare, very original t-shirt.
Or you can go on my cafe press and order these.
All right, guys, so we are going to get into it. We're going to be doing a bunch of things tonight. We're going to be having you guys ask questions. I hope you guys brought questions throughout the night. And let's just start with that right now. Does anyone have a question in the audience raise your hand.
We're only accepting
Yes.
written questions.
Tell us your name.
So, my name's Alexander. I've been a big fan of Adam for a long time, and all of you guys now that I found you guys. So Titanfall, it's an amazing game. Can we please, is it a console exclusive? Is it an exclusive? And does console exclusive mean anything?
Well, it's not just a console exclusive. It is going to the PC.
Right.
So, but I assume one of you PC Master Race people are in here. Raise your hand. So are all you that one guy that goes on the message boards? All right,
They share the account.
We do like no PC coverage. Why are they here?
So are you concerned that it's just that by being exclusive it's going to hurt the game, or?
No, I have run into so many people here who go, it's on PC, and it's not just you guys, though I think you guys have done it a little bit, it's all of the game media have made it sound like it's not coming to PC, and occasionally people talk about it being like coming to PC as a neutrality thing, but you see that in the podcast, not in like the front-facing media. And it's been a problem I've noticing is people just keep going, I have to buy an Xbox One to play this game. And
Well, no, and you're absolutely right.
I mean, is that like a media thing though, or is that Microsoft is mostly just showing off the Xbox version because they're trying to sell this new hardware? I think it's more just they are not pushing the PC version to the front right now because they have bigger things on their mind right now.
Also, PC gamers tend to be, if you look at any console, any platform, PC gamers are the most informed. And you don't need to market to them as heavily as you're trying to push a $500 big thing with a fan.
Yeah, your game console has a keyboard on it. They figure you know how to type things into a search engine and figure it out for yourself.
Have any of you guys played Titanfall this weekend? Anyone? Yeah, a few people. There's not very many lines there though, right? It's pretty easy to just walk up and
Pretty
play,
light.
right?
Hey, Adam, how many times do you play it?
I played it a couple times.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
He
Another
pushed some
question.
kid out of the way and just got right back down on the next station.
All right, does anyone else have another question? Yes, tell us your name and your question.
I'm Eddie. Hey, Adam. This isn't a contrived segue or anything, but people like words, and people who leave comments can't spell them. What do we do about this?
What should we do about the people who can't spell well? Thank you so much. I was really hoping somebody would ask a question like that, and that's why we have Adam's Essential Video Game Word Spelling Bee. All right, what I need you to do, stand with your back to there, and if I catch you turning around, I'm going to put you in a corner. Okay, so I'm going to read you the word, and then I'm also going to read the word to you as it's used in a sentence to help you out, and you're going to try to spell it. You ready? Yes. The first one up there? Dovahkiin. Here it is in a sentence. Yo, Dovahkiin, holla back at me.
That's good context.
All right, I'll throw the first one. Do.
D-O...
Oh, your job's so easy. You just write about video games. Spelling in dragon tongue.
V-A-P-Y?
That's good. That's good. That's good. All right, so let's try on the next one. Try on the next one. Ludonarrative dissonance. Here it is in a sentence. I don't know what ludonarrative dissonance means.
What's the origin of the word?
Come on, Sessler.
I think it's
Funny
Polygon.com.
enough, you will find out later tonight.
U-N-O-N-A-R-R-A.
Ludo?
U-D-O? L... N-A...
All right. Let's try the third word. Ready? Now, if there's one thing that people just, this is the most important word in all of video games. If you're going to leave a comment, if you're going to make a statement, if you're going to let people know that the PC is better than all other things, you will eventually need to know this word. Your.
Which one?
I'm going to use this in a sentence. You're spelling this wrong again.
Y-O-U''RE.
You have excelled so much. I have one more. This is kind of a bonus round. This is it's an interesting one. I can't pronounce it, so you can take a look at it and try to spell it. Here, I can barely use it in a sentence, but Atlas thought it was okay. Yeah. All right, thank you so much for participating. Please come up here and select the shirt of your choice.
You can also have a Super Ball here.
Yeah.
All right, guys, any other questions? Well, let's go to this side of the room.
What are you throwing?
All right, tell us your name and what is your question?
Garbage.
Hi, my name's Eamon. Adam, this is for everybody, but Adam, today at lunch, somebody actually had the audacity to ask you if you played video games.
You were there!
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, man.
So how does it make you guys feel as people who are in the media being questioned by gamers if you're actually gamers?
Have you read our YouTube comments?
This is amazing, just because I've been griping to them all about that lunch I had, and so now I don't have to talk about it on Twitter. Yeah, this guy actually sat next to me. First, he didn't know I worked at Rev3Games, was allegedly a fan. Then he asked me how many women I slept with.
And
I think it was officially, did X-Play get you chicks?
Yeah, exactly.
That
It's
was
like,
what he asked.
I worked on tech TV. It's like, trust me, that is not a card. And then he was like, do you play video games? And yeah, that was fascinating. I mean, how many times do you guys hear this?
every video that I make. Well, 95%.
Gosh, not tons, not as much as I used to, but yeah, definitely still regularly.
Yeah.
Still a great deal. How about you?
I don't know, when people think that I don't play games,
You don't look like you know anything.
I really don't know a whole lot. You know, I mean, jeepers, I can name a few types of birds, but you know. No, I mean, I always am sort of flattered because I'm like, shit, that means I look like an athlete.
Don't flatter yourself.
I've wanted to people in other professions, like, you don't know how to clean teeth.
Just so
Dentist.
you don't know anything. You don't know anything.
Hygienist.
You don't know anything about pulling this appendix out.
You're too eloquent to be a mechanic.
Just because you hold pipes doesn't know you can fix my potty, or something like that.
What?
What? Is that a robot doctor?
That was me trying to funnel 3 different people, like, complaining about
The man is
plumbers in
40.
my head. Yeah.
Cut him some slack.
All right, we're actually going to kind of get back to that later on tonight, right, guys? But first, is there any other questions? Yes. Tell us your name and what is your question?
I'm Laura, also female human. Yay. Tara, I was wondering what
Yeah!
Yay! Girl gamers.
Chromosomes.
What do we say?
Tara, I was wondering what you thought about YouTube comments.
It's funny you should ask that. Completely random person that I've never met before. Because I actually wanted to introduce our next segment, which is a little game that I like to call Guess That YouTube Comment. Woo! Zach made the thumbnail for this, or Max did, so it's wrong. I'm gonna come up to the podium.
All right, we're going to need a couple volunteers for this one, right, Tara?
Yes.
All right, we're going to need 4.
We're gonna need some volunteers. I wanna tell you guys right now that if there are small children in the audience, they might want to shield their eyes for some of these. They can be quite offensive.
Or forever. It's a harsh world out there.
Yeah.
So here's how this game works. I've got 2 videos.
Sorry.
One of mine that I've done, and one that is, well, I'll just show you guys. One that is extremely offensive. And I'm gonna show you guys a YouTube comment, and whoever comes up to the stage has to guess which video that comment belongs to. Okay? And I'm gonna have Max here, since he's so good with the voices, he's gonna do some dramatic reinterpretations of the YouTube comments. So, for the first one, Max?
Cody Burger King. This is why bitches should stay in the kitchen. Keep calm and aye, sir.
All right, so which video do you think that belongs to? Number 1 or number 2?
Number 2.
Number 2. You would be correct. That was my comment. That was my video. Not my comment, my video. Sorry.
Which
Getting a little ahead of myself.
You know, really.
So yeah, come up and feel free to grab a t-shirt, whatever you want, and if we don't have your size, just let us know and we'll find your size. Next pair of videos is one of Trisha Hirschberger and I from SourceFed News, and the clip from the 2010 Miss Exotica competition. Shield your eyes right now, small children.
I thought that was 2010. I was there for that one.
That was a good year. That was a good year.
Did you just pull these from my favorites?
Sorry, I looked at your YouTube history, Max. So the comment for this one reads, please.
2 months ago, Kevgret, I guess that's short for Kevin's Regrets. I just want to rub cocoa butter all over those tits!
I'll vote for number 1.
Number 1. You would be correct. You guys are way too good at this.
Yeah, you guys are so good that I'm beginning to think, did you leave the comment, huh? Yeah.
Well, we've got some curveballs coming. Just wait. Okay, next video. Here we have my Remember Me review on the left. And on the right, we have one of my favorite music videos, Twerk by Lady, who is indeed a lady. So the comment for this one reads, Max.
CPL and then a zip code, I'm guessing. Show us your butthole. Oh no, my comment's been flagged as spam.
I'm gonna have to go with number 1.
You cheated. It was number 1, yes.
Remember Me. Of just all the reviews.
You know, ironically, the twerk video is actually more memorable than Remember Me.
It's actually true, yeah. Too memorable in some ways. Okay, next pair of videos. Here we've got, on the left, an episode of Casual Friday that I filmed with some ladies of Revision 3. We talked about the Maximum Gamer Girl competition. On the right, we have a clip from Toddlers and Tiaras.
No.
Where a small girl dresses up as Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman.
No.
And the comment reads, Max?
This has been very carefully researched, I found out.
I mean, if it wasn't already totally, DOA, I just feel like my political career is just gone. The Kevin's world. Am jacking off to this vid?
No.
And your guess is?
Number 1?
You would actually be incorrect on
that. No!
I did not make these up, by the way. These are 100% real.
We'll get you a shirt anyway.
You wouldn't survive a day in Kevin's world.
By the way, if you are the person who happened to leave any of these comments, come up to the stage because we have a special prize for you.
Hey. Special occasion, you can have some of these babies.
Yeah.
Come back here, I got some babies.
3 plastic babies.
Here. Have some babies.
Okay, next pair of videos.
There's one of my girlfriend's hairs in there too.
Okay.
Because it wasn't creepy enough.
On the left, a video of 2...
That actually is from you. That's from your YouTube channel, Max.
They're so majestic.
Here we've got a video of 2 raccoons furiously humping.
What, people watch UFC? I can't watch that? Come on.
On the right, we've got my review for the wonderful game Rayman Legends. And the comment reads...
Very cute. Thank you for sharing this. Says Danny Boy 292.
All right, what's your guess?
Number 1.
You looked at the date that the comment was left, didn't you? You are correct. It is number 1. Nobody has ever said that on any one of my videos. I actually didn't say it till the...
Oh my gosh. You guys should know that we've never let the slide run that long.
I never
We had no idea it ended that way. That's hilarious.
I've literally never seen the end of that video. Wow, that was a surprise.
Love really is all you need, though.
It's true. inspirational. So we've got our last pair of videos here. This is actually one from Adam Sessler's review of God of War Ascension, which some of you might be familiar with already. We've got one of my videos from Singapore that was taken this year, and the comment reads, Max, be as animated as possible.
Pussy Raider XX. I'm sorry, Pussy Raider the 20th.
Yeah.
He comes
From a long line.
very long lineage. The well-respected Pussy Raider clan.
Oh, the Cape Cod Pussy Raiders.
Yeah, those old robber barons.
It's not like the Oakland
They
Raiders.
wrote, and then there's a drawing of a penis using only text.
It's clever.
Thank you.
It could be a
All right.
small submarine, I'm not sure though.
That's probably what it is. All right, what's your guess? Which video does this comment belong to?
I'm gonna guess number 2.
Number 2. You would actually be incorrect. This video. This comment belongs to video number 1, and actually what's not obvious from this slide is that I am Pussy Raider the 20th. Thank you. Subscribe.
Who wants some babies?
Max, why do you have a massive bag of balls and babies?
Yeah, I got babies and balls. Who wants
Baby
babies and balls? Don't ever make an Amazon wish list.
Cause and effect in
The
a
worst
bag.
thing you can do.
All right, come on, guys. We don't need to poke any eyes out
There are
here.
children here. This is a family.
All right, we need a couple more questions. Let's go over to this side of the room. Yes, tell us your name and what your question is.
Danielle. So you guys have like a little clip at the end of every video of a kid going like, "Holy cow!" I think. What is that? What's the story behind
I can answer that. That is Kevin Rose, one of the founders of Revision 3, and he is on a skateboard, and that is literally all I know about that.
But remember, Kevin Rose also was on the Screensavers back on Tech TV. So, yeah.
Full
Tech
circle.
TV. Notice I'm talking only about Tech TV.
Good question. Another question over here. Yes, what's your name and give us your question.
My name's Wesley. I want to ask you a question about PAX. What elements are you seeing from the indie game booth, or like an element from the indie game booth that you think AAA industry should take note of and try to incorporate better, and vice
Creativity.
versa? And vice versa, AAA to indie.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you see a lot of creativity with smaller groups. You see a designer's idea come through more strongly. You know, it's really hard when you have a team of 100 to 500 people for one person to be like, this is what I envisioned in my head to be this game, and then to actually have it come out that way.
The more people you have on your team, the more your vision ultimately gets diluted, I think.
Too many cooks.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
One thing the indie guys could really learn from the AAA guys, though, is obviously
Punctuality,
some
for starters, yeah.
Some project management skills.
Swag.
You know, maybe a couple of them could be better at dealing with press and speaking publicly. I don't know. Maybe like take on a PR guy.
Are you referring to something specific?
No,
Anthony?
never. This is just me talking in
general
terms
statement.
of general theories.
Okay.
I think that the key thing I've been seeing lately is there's so much more willingness to experiment with means of storytelling in an indie game, where it doesn't have to be kind of just laid right out like, hey, we're going to stop down and let you know what happens, and now you're going to play some stuff, and then we'll let you know what happens. It's, you know, especially some stuff that's, you know, Papers, Please, Gone Home, Brothers. They all start to find a way where that line between game and story gets really, really blurred. And that's what I really would like to see experimented with. And I agree with them. I think it's an abundance of caution. And to be fair to the AAA, you know, publishers, if you're spending $100 million, you don't like to take chances.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
it's not the best business plan. Unless you're the Virgin guy that likes to make spaceships to go to the moon and sell tickets for 100 years from now. I mean, that's the one instance. But yeah, I think on the flip side, I don't know. I don't know how much indie has to learn from AAA, except for maybe. I don't want to start to see this idea that's either AAA or indie.
That's going to go away entirely. I think that's good. I mean, not in terms of there will be big teams and there will be small teams, but I think in the next few years, the whole idea of indie is just going to get washed away. And that's not a bad thing. It means that the industry is going to open up more, and you're not going to need to define so strongly what's indie, because people are going to take a broader view. I'd like to think people who play games are going to take a broader view and be like, this is a good game. Yeah. And that's how you're going to look at it.
Yeah, I hope the term sellout doesn't suddenly enter the lexicon, because you did well, and now EA gave you money, and you're going to try to do well with more. So.
To add on to what Adam said, I think experimentation's a big thing, and when you're spending months and months and years creating this thing out of math and vectors, it's easy to be like...
It's all math and vectors, basically.
I mean, there's an old saying, you can't write comedy in a vacuum, but I think there's this... Octodad is a great example. I feel like it could be very easy to be like... to forget that it's really hilarious when you've got this thing with crazy arms wiggling around and be like, we should probably like fine-tune that more and make it kind of... You know, when you've got 200 people making a game, you kind of want to sand down the edges and make it polished, and that isn't
well, but
always
at the same time, one of the things that I love about Octodad is you do look at it and it's like crazy and wiggling and hilarious, but the game underneath it is solid.
Exactly, but it's like they took that one part. They're like, we're keeping this weird. We're keeping this silly.
To piggyback on what you're saying right now, just from a press perspective, I check out a lot of games at trade shows like this, and I notice an extreme disconnect between checking out an indie game and a AAA game, in that whenever somebody is demoing a AAA game for me, they give me so much instruction that I feel like I don't even experience the game for myself. Whereas I went to a PlayStation Indie event the other night, and I checked out the game Metrico, which is awesome, and you all should check it out on the show floor. It's a Vita game, and it's a really challenging puzzle game, and the guy was just sitting there, silent the whole time. And I'm like, you want to give me a hint? Because I couldn't figure out how to proceed. And he was like, no, just figure it out.
He's just watching
and I did, and I
shaking
felt
his
so
head.
much better about myself afterwards. And I rarely experience that feeling when I'm playing a AAA game.
That's how I feel when I put my pants on the first time correctly.
TMI.
There's a level of access there too, and a level of openness. Even if they're not showing you more than a AAA game does. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to show you a 20-minute demo, and that 20-minute demo is very meticulously crafted for this show. But when you go and you see it from one of the indie guys, you feel like you're their buddy and they're showing you this game. You don't feel like you're being funneled through this cattle chute and being told the things that you're allowed to be told, and things are being hidden from you. And that's something that I think the AAAs could really learn from the indie guys.
All right. Sorry, Max.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. I was going to say, I think the AAAs could, indies could learn from AAAs sort of the pageantry and the pacing of revealing a game and kind of generating hype for it. I think, all due respect, Battle Block Theater is a great example of that, because that came out, but people have been talking about it for 3 years, and it was kind of almost anticlimactic by the time it came around. You know, it's like that if you withhold, information and kind of visibility of the game, and there's kind of, if you make it a surprise, it's like this special thing that you're showing off. But if you keep kind of leading people on, it can
Not
be almost...
Not secrecy, but like pacing, like just good pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, guys. Great question. We got to get the show on the road. This isn't a dress assess. All right, any other questions here? Yes, tell us your name and what is your question?
Hey, my name is Sean, and hey, Max, first I want to know that nobody put me up to asking this question. I've heard from many people, including myself, that your hair is as resplendent as the wings of the majestic falcon in flight. So I must ask, what is the secret of your hair?
Audience member, that's a great question. So I figured I would let you guys in on a little secret, huh? All right, okay. It's so funny, I had this thing prepared in advance. What the fuck is this?
He always has this PowerPoint presentation on
Okay, everybody watch my PowerPoint now. Welcome. Secrets of hair.
Excuse me. Is this in any way relevant to me at all?
You can
We'll
check
have
your
the
phone or
wig
something if it
section
doesn't
later
apply to you.
I'll just cry in this direction. Okay.
Okay, so there's some rules for hair. You gotta keep these in mind. Rule number 1, everybody has different hair. Some people's hair is asleep, apparently. So, it's just, people are like, why is your hair like that? Well, yeah, that's a good question, too. Rule number 2.
Ow!
So, rule number 3. I hate that I have to say this, but I mean, get your oil changed.
What if we don't have ass hair?
That's all I have. Oh, you'll get there one day, Scoville.
Adam, you can take this advice and use it for your ass hair. Just don't tell me about it. All right. But what should I use to wash my hair, you might ask? And the answer to that is soap. Specifically, Dr. Bronner's magic soap. And you might ask, why should I use such a stupidly named product? And there's a number of reasons for that. Number 1 being, it smells like peppermints. It actually does. It's wonderful. It's really delightful. It's like a treat. And number 2, it's all natural. It's actually made from pot, I think. There you go. Number 3, it's actually a really lovely hangover remedy because of the peppermint. It's kind of tingly. It's like it's sort of a treat.
Electrolytes.
It's also made of pot. Yeah, and electrolytes. That too. Yeah.
That's a science word.
Yeah. No, we seriously read a book on it. I think it was a zoo book, but Taryn. Yeah. Anyway. Number 4. I think you can brush your teeth with it. I tried it once.
How'd it go?
Well, I was hungover. It wasn't the best.
Okay.
I mean, I also heard you can boil Crocs and eat them, but so maybe just make up a nice frittata with some Dr. Bronner's soap and some Crocs. Just stir that up, and if you're, locked in a Whole Foods at the end of the world. And number 5, you sound so batshit insane asking for it. I was at Target and I was like, do you have Dr. Bronner's magic peppermint soap? And this woman's like, what? And I'm like, this isn't a viral video, I swear. Not just fucking with you. And then there's a really good reason is Dr. Bronner's a real man. And he's like a philanthropist, and he just gives money, whatever. But most importantly, he's out of his fucking mind. He's fucking crazy. Look at him.
I just want to join in here and say that there is a Dr. Bronner documentary on Netflix that you can watch.
Really?
It's really good. Yeah, you can totally watch it. He's insane. Max is right.
Go to netflix.com/study hall. But yeah, this is the label. It looks like one of the notebooks from Seven. And like you think that it's like, oh, this is the ingredients or the instructions or something, but no, it's like crazy, weird, like Judeo-Christian mythology. It's like some Assassin's Creed shit, and
It's the ramblings of a madman.
And it's not tested on animals. Rule number 4. Use a hairdryer. So here's some animals.
Yup.
I realize those are 2 male lines. We keep an open mind. So yeah, if you get out of the shower and you're like, I'm gonna rub hair product in my hair, you will look like that animal, and it will be sad for everyone around you. It's upsetting. However, if you dry your hair using a hairdryer, you might ask, what product do you use, Max Scoville? And the answer to that is fucking Axe whatever messy look paste or something. I don't know. Which I think is amazing. It's the most laziest, they didn't pay me for this, I swear to God. It's the laziest named product ever. I feel like somebody burst into the room at the Axe offices, which I imagine are just it's the locker room from Top Gun, and somebody just burst into the room and they're like, Chad, quick! What should we call this messy, this hair paste? And he's like, what? Look, whatever. It's messy paste. And they were like, fuck it, let's go do keg stands. This brings me to my next point. Seriously, look at it. It's like, have you ever read an Axe body product label? It's like a romance novel for bros. It's amazing. They say it's a messy just out of bed look because it's banging, and there's some people making out right by that barcode. Why would you not buy it? Even the instructions: finger, rub, spread. Are you trying to get your hair pregnant? What are you doing? I implore you, look around at the world around you and look at labels and look at products and look at packaging and realize that someone was paid to write those words. And that person is probably on the Megan's Law list. I mean, well, yeah, I guess, anyway. So here's...
That's upsetting.
This is what it looks like.
Oh God, it's on loop.
Is the moral of this slide waste nothing?
Can we just watch that for the rest of your presentation?
I believe we should use all parts of the slide. As you can see, it's just gross when I don't put stuff in my hair. That's not what I put in my. I mean, it's a So anyway, so then after, obviously, oh shit. So after, it's all better, It's all right, fucking A, all right, yeah. So this is just an odd piece of trivia. In the UK, Axe products are called links. So if you're starting a new Skyrim game, you could be Axe Links, the cat lord of hair. And now this comes to my next point. So I realize a lot of you are probably wondering this. What does this have to do with video games? And you know what, guys? That is a great question.
Thank you, Max. Do we have any other questions on this side of the room? Let's see. Let's go back a little bit here. Yes, tell us your name and tell us your question.
Hi, I'm Tyler. Hey, Anthony. This question wasn't given to me for any reason, but why don't you just admit that reviewers don't play games?
What? Listen up, man. We take our jobs very, very... Are all the doors closed?
Doors are closed, Anthony.
All right, listen up.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, Anthony?
There are some secrets that you need to know about the video game industry. These are video game reviewers. Look at them. Sad, sad people. People who look like this cannot possibly be happy. They hate everything. One of the things that video games reviewers hate the most is work. But above all else, video game reviewers hate video games. Hate them. Will do anything not to play or review a video game. So, how do you review a video game without playing it? Well, we all got together and we came up with some standardized rules. And it all starts with the score, because nothing about a video game review is important except for the score. So score the game first, and then write the review. And the way you do that is you just take a look at the box, maybe some screenshots you've seen, and just get a general feeling for what you're going to score the game. Now, doesn't that take thought? Isn't thought effort? Aren't we trying to avoid effort? Yes. Yes. And that's why we've come up with a standardized flow chart to automatically score video games that we all use across all outlets. Now, just to give you a little background here, on Rev3Games, we use the 5-point scale. There is no real reason for that other than Adam's been using it since the first game he ever reviewed. And it's too late to teach him anything new now.
That's our Adam.
If I remember correctly, Adam, you gave this one an I out of V.
Little I.
Now, that's not industry standard. Industry standard is, of course, the 10-point scale, and that's out of 10 to 17 decimal places. Now, the reason you want to do that is it allows you to give games different scores without forming different opinions on them. Because you may think that a video game reviewer's job is to inform you in an in-depth way about a video game, but it's actually about getting page views and getting people to argue in the comments. So, for example, this is how this works. So you got John Spartan, and you give him 975-6830-2715-87-90245. Then you have Horse Soldier, and you give Horse Soldier a 9.75-6830-271-587-90246. You haven't done any thinking. You haven't really said anything. You haven't had to form an opinion about which one of these games is better. But this happens in your comments. You can survive, your entire outlet can survive for a week off of this. So, what is this magical flow chart? How can I get started? Well, I can't give you the whole thing, but I'll give you a few of the criteria that we use. So, first of all, hey, is the game that you're reviewing a reboot of a popular franchise? Awesome, +3. Are you rebooting a popular franchise in a way people hate? +5. Because once again, we gotta get those comments. So, what do? How do you write the review to match this score? Because that's what we're doing. Easy. There's a very easy way to do this and have the opinion that this is a great game without saying anything. Try using the word visceral. Try using bold reimagining. Now, these don't mean anything. They're not good or bad. Visceral technically can't even be used unless you're literally disemboweling somebody. So, if people argue with you, you could be on either side. And then if they don't stop, what you can do that's a real showstopper, put this in your review. Fans of the series will inevitably be disappointed. This is brilliant because you have now taken all of the blame off of you and the developers and put it on the people who really were going to enjoy the game.
Have you been watching my reviews, Anthony?
Have I been what?
Are you plagiarizing from me?
I thought you got the rubric.
So-
you got the rubric, right?
I wasn't on that email.
What? Is a rubric a scientist? You know, was the game bad? Could the gameplay have been better? Could the design? I don't know. I didn't play it, but it's your fault. You would have hated it anyway. Is the game by Nintendo? -5. Yeah. And so how do you write the review to match the score in that case? Easy. They've lost sight of what made the earlier games so special. Now, you would think that the follow-up to that would require some sort of knowledge, right? Like, you would have to compare the two games. What were the mechanics like? How have they changed? How have they evolved? Nah, man, more words. What do those mean? Nothing! They don't have anything to do with video games!
Wait. Nintendo's Polish?
Yeah. That's why they were dumb enough to release the 2DS. I got a light bulb joke, too. Are you ready? And this is how you end every Nintendo review. Big paragraph of everything you love about the game, but then, in the end, is it really enough? Is it really enough? Enough for what? I don't know. Did you play the game? Did you like it? Yeah, but is that enough? Are they gonna be okay? Does your game have a female protagonist? Great, forward thinking, +1. Does your game have a dog? Awesome, +3. People love dogs.
What about female dogs?
Dogs are rad. Okay, so does the female protagonist die? That's +3. That's good storytelling. Does the dog die? -4. And if I could just take it down for a moment, you know, you can look at this data and see something that's really serious that you might not have noticed about the gaming community that really needs to be addressed. we're super awesome dog lovers. Tara, can you see anything else in that data? Anything else about?
No, nothing at all.
No, nothing at all. Great.
That looks correct.
Yeah. So, but you know, the dog dying is a great example of conflict, right? Like you've got something that you can talk about instead of gameplay. You can get like maybe 2-3 paragraphs off the death of a dog, which brings me to something really important if you need to fill space. Find something offensive. Anything offensive that you can. Grasp onto the smallest of straws.
Hashtag one reason why we didn't like this game.
So, you know, what's a good example of something offensive? Well, is the game racist? Is the game sexist? Obviously, the answer is yes. It's a video game. But there are other things that you can find too. Maybe it's offensive to a certain culture. Maybe it appropriated a symbol. Maybe it uses an 80s song that you really love in a bad way. Maybe they got the science of the imaginary spaceship that doesn't exist wrong. All of these things are something offensive. And you can go on forever and ever about that. Now, what if you can't find anything offensive? What if you can't find any way to fill out the 500 words? 500 words is a lot. I didn't think about that, but gosh, that's like 5 paragraphs.
It's like 495 more than 5.
Ugh. How do you fill up all that space? Well, if you can't figure out any other way, we have something in the industry that we think of as the nuclear option. Ludonarrative dissonance is something that we all came up with one night when we were out drunk. When we decided to see if we could actually take the very nature of video games and make it sound negative to the people who love video games. So if you're not familiar with ludonarrative dissonance, it's basically when the game is not talking to you, it's acting like a video game. What? How did we perpetrate this on everybody? That's amazing. You cannot do this in any other kind of medium. For example, let's say you go to see a Broadway show, like a real intense Broadway show about teen gang violence, right? This is just really racially sensitive teen gang violence, and right as they're about to have a knife fight, break into song. Nobody walks out of the theater going, you know, the singing was good, but it really took away from the authenticity of the knife fight. I think that's musonarrative dissonance. So obviously, use that if you can. That'll get you out of any situation. Those are not all the rules. You will get a handbook if you start working for any legitimate games outlet or Forbes. They'll just hand it to you. But there's something you should know when you do find your way onto an outlet is we have all decided, all the outlets, we get together, all the shadowy leaders come together and decide that on exactly what our voice is going to be. And the way we come up with our voice is through something we call outlet-specific modifiers. So you take your score out of 10 that you get from the flow chart, and then you apply something to it. So let's say you're a reviewer at Polygon. If you're at Polygon, automatic minus 2.5 for everything. Let's say you are at IGN. IGN is an automatic plus 4. Now, IGN has a very specific modifier. You could go to 11 if you want. You can maybe go to 12. Nobody knows what the edge of the IGN score is. It's kind of like the edge of the earth. We know it's there. We just can't reach it. Kotaku. Now, here's something interesting. If you're writing a review for Kotaku, get in touch with your editor and make sure you have to. Because it may not be important, because maybe these guys have a new video, or like something weird's happening in Japan right now. So, I mean, just like, you may not even have to do any work. So check in first. Now, of course, Rev3Games, we have a very special, it's kind of like a Kotaku situation. It's not a flat modifier. It's what we call the snack modifier. And what happens is we check a game to see how good a snack is associated with it and how much of that snack they will send us. And based on that, we come up with a score for the game.
We do love our processed meat sticks.
Bye,
Slim Jim.
Tara is from Texas, so that's why that was particularly
There you
attractive
go.
to her.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys, any would-be journalists out there, if you have any questions for us, this is industry standard, so we can answer for everyone.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Guys, I would love to have you guys ask some more questions, but we are running out of time. So, Adam, do you want to give one more kind of special announcement?
One more thing I want to let you know. We're not so stupid that we just made like 8 shirts and put them on us. We are now opening up the Rev3Games store.
What?
Yeah. I think, what time is it? Yeah, it happened. Oh, this is kind of like Watchmen. It's like, it happened an hour ago. Yeah, it's up there. I think we have a slide for it. It's rev3games.com/shop. And we're going to have brand new stuff going up there all the time. We're trying to find our new creative outlets in retail because clearly that's where our expertise comes from.
Yes.
Also, if you have any ideas for shirts,
yes,
you know,
And all of the
that we can
shirts-
steal.
because we made 2 based on Adam Sessler
What we're
and
saying
1 based
is-
on pants.
Next year at PAX Prime, don't wear shirts to this panel because we'll outfit you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And all of the
that's
shirts,
a terrible idea. I did not say that out loud.
all of the shirts that we're
We
wearing
could- we
today
could-
can be bought online as well on the shop.
They could wear a shirt in and we could still give them a shirt.
Yeah, but then that's like 2 shirts. And like where you can put one over the other.
That's
Where
true,
it's
that's
warm
unwieldy.
outside.
Come naked next year.
Yeah, we're gonna do the panel naked. We decided now. Yes, that is it. I want to thank everyone for coming out. We really appreciate all the wonderful support you've given us. We'll continue to do so. Max Scoville, Anthony Carboni, Tara Long, I'm Adam Sessler. Good night.